Howdy and welcome back to the channel, everyone, where we go in search of wildlife to photograph. I'm Doug Wallace. Say in today's video I have three different road hunting trips to share with you here. A midday outing on the 27th, then a morning outing on the 28th, and then an evening outing also on the 28th, which was just last night, where the wife and I, we go out to a local wildlife refuge that's about 25 minutes from here. And there we were in search of one particular animal, and it's the cactus buck. And I really think that's a doe with antlers and not a buck that has screwed up antlers. But anyways, that's a discussion for another day. Again, this week here has been really cool. We've had some rain move through central Missouri, and I really thought this would be a week of epic proportions to be able to capture a lot of images. And for some reason it just hasn't been that way. I've really struggled this week finding images, and it's been across the board, not species specific. Not sure why that is. I go to the mailbox every day and nobody sent me a notice that they weren't going to be out there for me to be able to get a photograph of. And then the animal or the species that I was able to find a lot of and get a lot of pictures of is the hawks. So anyways, on midday on the 27th there, is able to find a couple of immature red-tailed hawks. Same way on the morning of the 27th, I found some red-shoulder hawks not far from another area, and they could be the same birds as close as it was, but about 3/4 of a mile away from where I found them on the brush piles a couple of weeks ago. But anyways, that's going to be my next video that I put out. Is going to be titled Hawks of Cooper County, Missouri. I've got like 75 images of hawks, so I thought it'd be pretty neat to put a video together just on hawks alone and be able to share with you guys all the images that I have been able to capture. That's probably my favorite species to photograph, is a hawk. I just think it's a really neat animal. They got really fine feather detail, and just a supreme hunter a hawk is. So, but anyways, before we get to that video, we need to finish this one here up. So come along with me on these three outings here as we go in search of wildlife to photograph. All right, wakey eggs and bakey, everyone. I forgot to charge up the old Garmin up there, so I've only got about a half a battery, but I'm sure you all get tired of listening to me talk anyways. We're out road hunting again this morning on the same road we've been on many times. I do have the extender in this morning, and then I'm trying something new. I'm actually running my exposure compensation up 2/3 of a stop today. I'm just looking right here. I'll show y'all. I got a lot of good pictures yesterday about midday after the rain had quit. Right there at that spot, there was a couple of immature red hawks. Here's somebody's dog, I guess. I thought that was a fox or something at first, but it's just 6:35 this morning. I'm just getting going. Anyways, like I was saying, it's really harsh overcast skies, and so starting out here this morning, coming down the 2-lane highway up here, there were 3 or 4 white-tailed bucks out there, so I stopped and got some pictures of them. I'd started yesterday. When I ended, I guess my setup was here's a coon in the middle of the road. I wonder if he's been hit by a vehicle or something, because he sure ain't moving. It's just a little bitty guy. Dead burn it. I hope that's not the case, but I got a feeling it is. Because he's not going to move. Yeah. Dead burn it. Either that, maybe that dog had chewed on him or something right there, because we just passed that dog, didn't we? But he ain't doing so good, the little one. If I had my pistol with me, I would finish that for him. But I hate seeing that. Dad burn it. Anyways, back to my trip here this morning. Coming down the highway, there's some bucks out there. I stopped to get pictures of them, and I had set my exposure compensation at the house to be 2/3 of a stop brighter since we got harsh overcast skies. Here goes a mama deer that's got a couple of babies with her. Maybe I can get up here and they'll still be there. Oh yeah, there's 3 babies. She's got 3 of them. Wow. I bet you they're not going to stay there. And they have not. Dad burn it. Man, oh man. She had triplets, that one did. That's nice to see. But they were little bitty guys. Late ones. Anyways, that's a good problem to have, trying to give you all a spiel about how I'm getting the day started. It's been pretty active here already, and we ain't been at it but just a couple of minutes. I like mornings like that. Anyways, when I ended the day yesterday, my shutter speed was at 1250 f8 with the extender on's the minimum I can set it at, and then I believe it was at 2500 ISO. So knowing it was going to be really harsh overcast skies, and I've never used my exposure compensation before, so I thought, well, maybe I'll give that a try today, try and brighten the image just a little bit here this morning. So that's what I've done. I've set it for 2/3 of a stop brighter, and in fact, when I was taking pictures of those bucks, I noticed with it at 1250 I was still all the way down on the bottom side of my meter. So I ran my shutter speed down to 500, and that brought me back to metal gray. So I'm not sure what the exposure compensation will do there, but anyways, I didn't even pay attention to what the ISO was. Here's a wheat field on my right where I've gotten a lot of coon pictures, and that's what I was really hoping for here this morning, was some coons out here in the stubble wheat field. I think that just makes such a cool picture, them coons in the stubble wheat. But turkeys in the road maybe? Yeah. I'm sure none of that's going to turn out. I was just hoping maybe they'd run out here in the stubble wheat field, but there's 2 adult hens with 6 baby poults down here. Chicks, wild chickens. They're big enough to start flying, so but anyways, I just pulled over here hoping that maybe they would cut across the road, but looks like they're going to stay on the timber side of this road right here. And again, reason why I came down this same road that I've been on many times. Y'all have seen a lot of the photographs that I've taken on this road. There's a hen turkey out here now that I hadn't seen. No, I'm wrong. That is a coon. Pretty far out there though. It's not looking at me, so that ain't gonna be a very good photo. I'm just gonna shut the truck off. All right, welcome back everyone. Say I got a little bit of a charge back in the old Garmin up there. So when I shut the camera off back there with that coon out in the stubble wheat field, I ended up getting one picture of him, or one pose of him, where he was kind of looking at me after I said hey pretty loud. But after I'd done that one there, that kind of boogered him, so he went back behind me. So I didn't get any more pictures of him. And actually it's been pretty quiet since then. You can probably see the sun's coming up and breaking through the clouds now. So I have shut that exposure compensation off on the camera and just running it back on my natural settings. So I've got ISO on auto. I'm running about 1250, I think is what it said, and f8 naturally. So here in a little bit I'll probably run that up to f9, maybe 10. But I haven't had much luck since that coon right there, and it's now 7:15 in the morning, so been at it about 45 minutes now already. And that one little stretch there a few days ago, one day last week, I went through a brand new road that I talked about. Well, on that road there was like 4 hawks, and one of them a little sparrow hawk. Well, I went through there the other morning, didn't see any of the hawks. Well, I just come through there, and excuse me, I found a couple of the red shoulder hawks, and I'd shut my camera off, and I just got on one of them. I was hitting the button and nothing was happening. Well, anyways, I ended up missing the shot because I'd shut the camera off. And then the sparrowhawk was back there too, but man, that little guy is shy now. I cannot get close to him for a shot at all, even one where I feel like I could crop in and still do something with the image. So anyways, that little short road there had some stuff on it this morning, but I didn't get a photo at all. Welcome back, guys. Well, I'm positive I probably found the pair of hawks, but who knows. The ones where I got so close to the other day, they weren't in the same spot, but up on the highway here, this 2-lane road, which isn't a quarter of a mile, eighth of a mile off of where I'd found them on the gravel road. But anyways, there's been 5 different hawks here in the last mile. So I've gotten lots of pictures of hawks again this morning. Heck, there's another one right here. Dad burn it. Gosh dang, I didn't recognize him in time. What is going on? He's on the wrong side of the road, really. I'm headed northwest, and shooting out this way is going to be east, so he'd be all whited out. And bad angle, I didn't see him in time. But man, there's been a ton of hawks right here this morning, and I got some going the wrong way, and then I went down and turned around and came back, and I was getting pictures of one hawk, and he just wouldn't leave, really. He'd just fly from one pole, fly down 2 or 3 poles, light again. I just kept easing down the road, taking long shots from a long ways away, and then just getting closer and closer and closer. Well, then I finally noticed another one. He comes flying across the road and lands in a tree. And man, there's one branch going right in front of him, but you'll see from the pictures I'll post, he's looking over one branch, looking at me, looking underneath the branch, looking at me, and then he finally takes off. So anyways, I was the settings, I paid attention to them. I was hitting about 1600 on the shutter, f8, and then ISO was only around 800 right there. And then since they were sitting still, I ran the shutter down to 800 to really lower the ISO as well. And that's when they decide they're going to take off. So I'm probably the motion shots or the flight shots probably won't turn out. Probably going to have a little too much motion blur in them. But man, from the last time I talked to y'all, I drove many miles of road and had only ended up with a woodpecker photo and a little goldfinch, kind of like the one I posted yesterday. So anyways, I just took probably 1,000 pictures of hawks again, so I'll have a long time sorting through pictures this morning, so that won't be a bad deal. Thanks for tagging along with me here as we're out in search of wildlife to photograph. Y'all be safe, and thanks for tuning in. Again, hit the like and subscribe button if you would. I'd certainly appreciate it. If there's something y'all would like to know, or something you'd like for me to show you, something like that, let me know. I'll put a video together for you. Again, thanks for tuning in to ISO Wildlife Photography.